talk about the company Velotax. We're going to talk about the mission, the vision, the objectives, the organigram structure, the DDP plan, and the risk metrics. So we hope so that you like it. Basically, the company was founded on April 13 in 1953 in the city of Ibagué by Pedro Contreras Jimenez, founded the company Velotax as a passenger transport company. It's in an intermunicipal level in the department of Tolima. Velotax extended its borders to the city of the department of Caldas, Valle del Cauca, Bogotá, Meta, and the regions of Santander. Nowadays is one of the passenger transport companies most recognized in the sector. So basically the mission and the vision is that Velotax mission is to guarantee the optimal passenger land transport service, freight logistics and solutions, and messaging in the national level, supported by competent and committed human team with technology and an environmental responsibility, excelling the excellence and the quality in the service. Basically, the visions of Velotax is to be for the year 2030, a company that satisfies the preferential needs of its associates with a projection in the individuals offering the best quality in the service of passenger transport. Basically, the corporate values of the company are thanks and respect to God, quality, commitment, efficiency, respect, punctuality, social responsibility, security, and solidarity. The organization chart consists in a general assembly, the supervisory board, the board of directors, and the fiscal auditor. We are not going to explain it more specifically because they have many areas in those sub areas. So they share information, they share the DRPs, they share the risks, they share the plans for the vision and the mission of this company. So we're going to stay here in that organization chart that are the most general positions of it. We base this information security policy in a risk matrix. We basically have 4 points: the scope, the level of compliance, the terms and definitions, and normative reference. This is important because it contains the confidentiality, the integrity, and availability of the information that is the major active of the company. So we assure that it's really important for the company, and we did it in the class. So we have these 4 main components. The scope is in general and specific. The level of compliance is how the people of the company they have achievements in this information security policy. The terms and definitions, it for the people that do not understand this information security policy, it has the definitions and keywords of this security policy. And the normative reference has many reference of the government or other organizations, other important organizations of the passenger transport companies. And basically the information security policy, in this case the normative reference are alcohol, tobacco, and drug policy, authorization for the management of personal data, the road safety policy of Velotax Transport's cooperative, and security work health policy, corporate, environmental, and quality social responsibility. And the last one is super transportation, that is the organization of the government that supervised all the security staff of passenger transport companies.
Now we're going to talk about the risk matrix for Velotax operation. We found approximately 15 types of risk. We're going to highlight 4 of the more recurrent risks during the operation. The first type of risk, it has to do with environmental and labor incident. The description is a landslide that generates a blockage in the road. The probability for this risk is high and the impact is harmful. The decision for this risk is to accept, since there's nothing we can do about a landslide, and we can only hope and wait until authorities clears the road. The second type of risk has to do also with environmental and labor incident, and it's an accident or a crash against another vehicle or object. The impact of this risk could be either harmful or extreme, depending on the damage caused by the accident. The decision could be either mitigate or transfer. If the impact is harmful, we could mitigate this risk by training the drivers on defensive driving strategies to avoid any kind of incident. And if the impact is extreme, we have to transfer this risk because we will need the help of medical authorities and the security company to manage the damage in the bus. The next type of risk has to do with technical and is engine failure during the operation. The probability for this risk is low, but the impact is harmful since it will stop the travel.